What is up, degenerates? Welcome back to HypeCheck for yet another video for the UFC. In today's video, I'm doing a full card breakdown, going over each and every fight for UFC 295, Prochazka versus Alex Pereira. As always, if you guys are new here, join the fam, hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to hit that 50k subscribe mark, so if you are new, it does help out the channel a lot. And before we get into anything, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Stake. For those of you who don't know, Stake is the best sportsbook and casino available online. You could live stream every single bet that you are placing. So let's say you want to place a bet on Pavlovich or Aspinall, you could stream that directly from the Stake website as you're actually betting it, which is absolutely insane. They have every single sport, the best customer service online, instant deposits, instant withdrawals, 24/7 customer service as well, and exclusively for the HypeCheck fam. When you sign up to Stake using the code HYPE, I'll be giving you guys a $75 tip, whether it's directly to your Stake account, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, whatever pay method you want, I got. Not only that, Stake is also newly launched in the US. So for the US version of Stake, you guys got to use the code HypeCheck, and the same offer applies. I'll also include my VIP card 100% free. So after you guys sign up, make sure to message me on Instagram at HypeCheck Sports or on Twitter at HypeCheck, and I'll get you guys all set up. Thank you guys for all the support. Make sure to comment your favorite bets and picks down below. As myself, I know a lot of the other viewers like discussing the fights down below. Yeah, good luck, boys. Let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the video. Let's do it. Kicking off the early prelims, we got Godinez Buzukja going up against Jamall Emmers. Emmers is the favorite at -244, and Godinez is the underdog at +210. Godinez is looking to bounce back off his UFC debut loss to Sean Woodson. Emmers, he's looking to bounce back off a split decision loss to Jack Jenkins. Emmers will have a 4-inch reach advantage to go along with every statistical advantage in the striking. He'll be putting out more volume is the more accurate striker with significantly better striking defense. Not only that, but Emmers will also have a large wrestling advantage as well, averaging just under 2 takedowns a fight to go along with a 40% accuracy. Godinez's only advantage in my eyes is his age, as he's 8 years younger, but with Emmers' UFC experience, I think he's simply just outmatched in the spot. It's a favorite or pass spot here. Next up, we got Joshua Van going up against Kevin Borjas. Van is the favorite at -222, and Kevin is the underdog at +195. Van is an 8-1 22-year-old prospect, currently riding a 6-fight win streak, 1-0 in the UFC, coming off his UFC debut split decision win over Zhalgas Gulov. Kevin is a 9-1 prospect, riding a 4-fight win streak, making his UFC debut fresh off his Dana White Contender Series decision win over Victor Diaz. Van is a solid striker with decent power, but overall a very well-rounded fighter. Kevin is also a striker. Josh will have the better cardio and aggression, while Kevin will be the more technical striker. Betting-wise, this is the definition of a stay-away fight. While Van should be able to get it done on Saturday, I just haven't seen enough of Kevin to be confident to bet against him with a equally young fighter at 2-1 odds. It's a favorite to pass spot here, but definitely don't put your money on this fight. After that, we got Kang going up against John Castaneda. Castaneda is the favorite at -143, and Kang is the underdog at +127. Castaneda is coming off a decision win over Muin Guforov. Kang is currently riding a 2-fight win streak, most recently a submission win over Christian Quinones. Kang will have a 3-inch height and 2-inch reach advantage. Castaneda is a highly active fighter, always being the aggressor with decent takedowns. To go along with it, going back to Kang, he'll be the more experienced fighter with more striking accuracy to go along with better striking defense and takedowns. Betting-wise, a very evenly matched fight, although I think we're getting an insane price on Kang here at plus money. He opened up originally as a -140 favorite, so betting-wise, it's a 50-50 fight, and I'll happily back the fighter who is more experienced and who I believe is better overall at plus money. It's a dog or pass spot here. Closing out the early prelims, we got Jared Gordon going up against Mark Madsen. Gordon is the favorite at -179, and Madsen is the underdog at +155. Gordon is coming off a no contest with Bobby Green. Madsen, his first career loss to Grant Dawson via submission. Madsen is an Olympic wrestler, and he's going up against Gordon, who we have seen been out-grappled in the past. However, Gordon is fighting in his hometown, a New York native growing up in Queens, and I think after the first round, Gordon should be able to take over and potentially finish Madsen inside the distance. He'll be putting out way more volume and is the more accurate striker with better striking defense. Betting-wise, as long as Gordon doesn't get finished in the first round, he should be able to take over in the latter. It's a favorite pass spot here. On to the next. Kicking off the prelims, we got Nazim Sadykhov going up against Viacheslav Borshchev. Nazim is the favorite at -127, and Borshchev is the underdog at +112. Nazim is a 9-1 prospect, riding a 9-fight win streak, 2-0 in the UFC, most recently a submission win over Terrence McKinney. Borshchev, he's coming off a knockout win over Maheshate Hayasir. Sadykhov is a solid boxer and will be the more well-rounded fighter in this spot. To go along with better striking defense, Borshchev, he'll be the more technical striker, and the tail of the tape for him will be his lack of takedown defense, which sits at a pretty awful 35%. Betting wise, Nazim originally opened up as a massive favorite and has since been bet to nearly pick 'em odds. I like Nazim here as it's pretty apparent what the game plan should be. It's a favorite to pass spot here. Next up, we got Mateusz Rebecki going up against Roosavelt Roberts. Rebecki is the favorite at -625, and Roberts is the underdog at +480. Rebecki is an 18-1 prospect, 2-0 in the UFC, coming off a knockout win over Roosavelt. Roberts, he's making his way back into the UFC on a 2-fight win streak, most recently a decision win over Alexandro Almeida over at Eagle FC last year. This one will be short and sweet. Roberts will be 6'2" to Rebecki's 5'7", and Roberts will also have a 7-inch reach advantage as well. He'll be coming in on short notice, and to put this one plain and simple, the UFC is setting Roberts up to get murdered in this matchup. Rebecki has every statistical advantage across the board when it comes to striking and wrestling. Betting wise, Rebecki should win this one quickly inside the distance. It's a favorite to pass spot here. After that, we got Tabatha Ricci going up against Lupita Godinez. Godinez is the favorite at -164, and Ricci is the underdog at +144. Ricci is a 9-1 fighter, currently riding a 4-fight win streak in the UFC, most recently a decision win over Gillian Robertson. Godinez, she's riding a 3-fight win streak in the UFC, most recently a submission win over Elise Reed. Both of these girls are aggressive grapplers, averaging 4 takedowns a fight. On the feet, Godinez will be the more accurate striker with better striking defense, and while I love Baby Shark, I think Lupi is the better fighter, plain and simple. She'll be the bigger fighter in the octagon, and I don't think Ricci will have too much success with her wrestling, as she boasts an 82% takedown defense. It's a favorite to pass spot here. On to the next. Closing out the prelims, we got Steve Erceg going up against Alessandro Costa. Erceg is the favorite at -185, and Costa is the underdog at +165. Erceg is a 10-1 fighter, currently riding a 9-fight win streak, most recently a unanimous decision win over David Dvorak. Costa is coming off a knockout win over Jimmy Flick. Erceg will have a 4-inch height and 1-inch reach advantage in the spot. Costa, he'll be the more accurate striker, more powerful, and has better striking defense to go along with a stellar 91% takedown defense as well. Betting wise, if Costa is able to keep this fight on the feet, he should be able to win this fight. And at plus money, I think he's worth a sprinkle. It's a favorite to pass spot here. Kicking off the main card, we got Pat Sabatini going up against Diego Lopes. Sabatini is the favorite at -128, and Lopes is the underdog at +114. Lopes is coming off a submission win over Gavin Tucker. Sabatini is coming off a submission win over Lucas Almeida. Lopes will have a 3-inch height and 2-inch reach advantage, but other than that, I don't really see his path to victory. Sabatini will be the more accurate striker with better striking defense to go along with a pretty large wrestling advantage as well, averaging close to 4 takedowns a fight with a 45% takedown accuracy. Betting wise, the only way I see Sabatini losing this fight is if he gives up a silly submission, but for my money, I'll be backing the better fighter, and that's Sabatini. It's a favorite to pass spot here. Next up, we got Matt Frevola going up against Benoit Saint-Denis. Denis is the favorite at -227, and Frevola is the underdog at +195. Frevola is on a 3-fight win streak, all 3 of those wins coming via knockout. Most recently, a knockout win over Drew Dober. Denis is a 12-1 fighter, currently riding a 4-fight win streak, most recently a knockout win over Thiago Moises. My personal fight of the night, 2 extremely aggressive fighters. Both guys are kill or be killed in the octagon. Frevola has been in Ganu as of late, and Denis has been equally as dominant in his own right. Both guys are very solid overall, but Denis is the better overall fighter. He puts out more volume and will be the more accurate striker. However, he takes a lot of damage in his fights, which does worry me, but I think his wrestling gives him a huge edge in the spot. He averages just under 5 takedowns a fight, and Frevola has a 42% takedown defense. Betting wise, as long as Denis is able to avoid those big shots of Frevola and get this fight to the mat, he should be able to get it done on Saturday. It's a favorite to pass spot here. After that, we got Jessica Andrade going up against Mackenzie Dern. Dern is the favorite at -192, and Andrade is the underdog at +165. Andrade needs a win badly in the spot, coming off 3 straight losses, most recently a submission win to Tatiana Suarez. Dern, she's coming off a win over Angela Hill. Andrade is back at strawweight for this fight. She'll be putting out more volume on the feet and will be the more accurate striker and will have a slight wrestling advantage as well. Dern, on the other hand, is a stellar grappler and has improved her striking tremendously, especially with how she looked against Angela Hill. It was very impressive. Betting-wise, I'm not too confident on either fighters here, but something I am confident on is that Dern being a 2-1 favorite in this spot is way overpriced. Therefore, a sprinkle on Andrade is likely the route I will be going. It's a dog or pass spot here. Now, we go to the co-main event of the evening with Sergey Pavlovich going up against Tom Aspinall. Aspinall is a favorite at -116, and Pavlovich is the underdog at +103. Pavlovich is an 18-1 fighter, currently riding a 6-fight win streak, most recently a knockout win over Curtis Blades. Aspinall is a 13 13-3 fighter, coming off a knockout win over Marcin Tybura. Aspinall will have a 2-inch height advantage, but will be at a hefty 6-inch reach disadvantage. Pavlovich has insane power to go along with super fast striking. Aspinall is the more well-rounded heavyweight, and probably the most well-rounded heavyweight on the roster. He has extremely accurate striking, stellar defense, and averages just under 4 takedowns a fight with a 100% accuracy. Aspinall is coming into this one on short notice, and Sergey has been training to be the backup of this main event, so he has a massive advantage as he's coming in shape. As of late, Pavlovich has faced the way better competition as well, but Aspinall is definitely the more skilled fighter. Betting-wise, I like Pavlovich, and I'll sprinkle on him on Saturday. I also really like the under in this fight as well. It's a dogger pass spot here. It's time for the main event of the evening with Yuri Prochazka going up against Alex Pereira. Pereira is the favorite at -120, and Prochazka is the underdog at +107. Prochazka is a 29-3 fighter, currently riding a 13-fight win streak, 3-0 in the UFC. Most recently, a submission win over Glover Teixeira. Pereira is an 8-2 fighter, coming off a split decision win over Jamall. What an epic fight we have on our hands here. Two absolute warriors going head-to-head. Prochazka is coming back off one of the gnarliest shoulder injuries, and while he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the division, I really don't think he's too skilled. Specifically, he takes so much damage, and he was about to lose his last fight against Glover until he had a last-second submission. Pereira is probably the best striker in the division, and he'll be the more accurate striker and faster striker to go along with substantially better striking defense. Betting-wise, the bet to make here is on Pereira. He's been more active, hits as hard as a truck, and he's going up against a guy that is more than happy to take one to give one. It's Pereira all day for me, and it's a favorite to pass spot here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to join the hundreds of other members cashing in weekly in the VIP fam, just click the link in the top comment section or description. Shout out once again to Stake for sponsoring today's video. If you need a sportsbook to bet on, make sure to check them out. They have the best odds available online, the best customer service, and exclusively for the HypeCheck fam when you sign up to Stake using the code HYPE. I'll be giving you guys a $75 tip directly to your Stake account, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, whatever pay method you want. Stake is also newly launched in the US, so for the US version of Stake, you got to use code HypeCheck when signing up, and the same deal applies, along with my VIP card 100% free when you do sign up for Stake or the US version of Stake. Thank you, boys, for all the support. Make sure to comment your favorite bets and picks down below. Good luck. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.